Hello everyone, welcome to Basically Neda Reads. I'm Neda and this is my goals for 2025. So in order for me to talk about my goals for 2025, I must reflect on the goals that I had in 2024 and how I did with them. So here's all the goals that I had in 2024 and how it went and what I'm gonna do same or differently in 2025. So the first goal that I had, which was my reading goal, at the beginning of 2024, I had set my reading goal to be 52 books for 2024. And I ended up reading 53 books and DNFing 2 books in 2024. But what happened was I ended up rushing at the end of the year to get to my goals for the amount of books that I had set for myself. So what I'm going to do this year in 2025 is that I'm going to put a goal of 40 books, and so I have room to do any rereads that I want to do as well. And I intend to do one reread a month, so that would be 12 books. So that would still get me to my 52 books a year. But on Goodreads, I have put my goal for the amount of books that I'm going to read as 40 books for 2025. So hopefully I won't do any rushing or get into any reading slump, and everything will go smoothly for that goal. And then the second goal I had in 2024 was to read a book by a Canadian author at least once a month. And I actually achieved that. I read 12 books that are written by Canadian authors last year in 2024. And the reason for that was I started following Reading Across Canada by Jolene at a Bookworm Adventure Girl. And she has a lot of great recommendations. And I enjoyed my Reading Across Canada challenge with her. And I don't know if I would have been able to finish it like that if I hadn't had that goal. I intend to do the same for this year, but Reading Across Canada has changed a bit, so I won't be following it for 2025 specifically the way that it is. I just be picking up one book from a Canadian author each month. But I will still pick up some of Jolene's recommendations. I'm not going to stop. I keep watching her videos and I'm intrigued. So I'm going to continue with that. So my second goal for 2025 is to read a book from a Canadian author each month. The third goal that I had in 2024 was to read 10 specific series that I had put aside for 2024 and finish them in 2024. What ended up happening was that I ended up rushing to read all these series, and by the time June came up, I had at least read one or two books of each series, and I was burning myself out. So, did I actually achieve this goal? I ended up loving 4 of the series that I've had picked up, and then just reading one book, the first book of the other 6, and just giving up on them because I didn't enjoy them and they weren't really into my taste. So what I'm going to do for 2025 is to not have a specific series that I want to read. Just pick up whatever I want to read, and if I want to continue with that series, then I will continue with that series. It was too much, I think, and I picked too much for myself. And yeah, I think that was the reason why I had that reading slump in July. That's what my conclusion is, and I ended up just not reading for 2.5 months. So I'm not going to put specific goals for series anymore. I'm just going to pick up whatever I like, and if I like that book and I like to continue with that series, then I will continue with that series. Because picking up popular books just means that they're popular books, doesn't mean that they go with my reading preference. I might not like what it is about. Like, it's not that I would like what it is about. I probably wouldn't like the way it is written or how it is told. And those are the reasons why I gave up on those books. And I think one of them was my TNF. So I think I'm just going to continue and pick up and go as I do normally. If it's interesting, I'll read it. If it's not interesting, then I'll stop. And that would be it. Because this is not something that is a rule or whatever that is in my cards. It's just like reading is a hobby for me. It's not my job. It's not like something that I have to do. It is something that I want to do. So if I'm not enjoying it, then I don't want to do it, right? Therefore, I'm not going to put pressure on myself to read a specific series, but I will pick up some series in 2025. My 4th goal was to pick up physical books from the library in 2024. That was a bit challenging. I ended up not actually doing that because the library that's very close to me doesn't have a fantasy section. So in order for me to get physical books of fantasy books, I would have to go to a bigger library or one that is a lot farther away. And it just isn't doable because fantasy books are not as popular, I guess. Or when they are there, they are picked and they're not really on the shelves. So I would have to put a hold on them. So I might as well just use the Libby app because it does the same thing. And that's what I ended up doing in 2024. I used the Libby app and I ended up just buying whichever books that, a few books that I knew I would love. The second book of The Falcon and the Nightingale. And then I bought The Coward. So yeah, I'm not going to go to the library unless I'm actually know that the library actually has that book that I want. Or if I'm close to that library, then I might stop by and see if they have any of it. So yes, my 4th goal is to continue using the Libby app, and if I do go to the library, then I will pick it up. If I see anything that I'll pick up. But yeah, I'm just going to be a bit more chill in 2025 because this is a hobby. I'm not gonna just go really hard on myself. And yeah, I don't want to have another reading slump this year. So my fifth goal, which is my channel goal. My channel goal for 2024 was to stick with one video a week on Saturdays. But what I ended up doing was starting tags and making videos 3 times a week in March and April and May. And then I had my reading slump, so I didn't read anything, so I couldn't post anything. So for 2.5 months, I didn't post anything. And then when I came back, I ended up posting twice a month, or I think once I did 3 weeks, once every 3 weeks or something like that. So I'm just going to go back to one video on a Saturday a week. Just one video a week will keep me continuously putting content out, and it will just be okay. And I might just film my videos a week before or a few days before, just so I don't rush into putting videos out and maybe miss that Saturday. I'm hoping not to miss the Saturdays, and this way I can just put content out regularly so you guys can see it. So yeah, those are my 5 goals for 2025. Let me know down below, what are your goals for 2025? Did you achieve any of your 2024 goals? And did you learn anything about yourself in 2024? Like your reading goals and those kind of things, like I did. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe. And thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.